Let's talk about building neighborhood audiences today. I'm Nate with Post Now. We make direct mail easy. Let's get started. We'll start by choosing the build an audience option from the dashboard. Once the audience builder has loaded, we can start by giving our audience a new name. We're going to do a neighborhood mail. I abbreviate that as NM. So NM, demo April 2023. You can build all three types of mail type audiences on this page, but we're focused on neighborhood mail. It's pretty specific. It's an unaddressed form of mail if this is your first time at this. And so that means pieces delivered go to all households that a postman delivers to every day. And that's called a neighborhood walk. Most neighborhood walks fall between 300 and 500 addresses, and so you just combine the neighborhood walks you want to reach the campaign size that you're trying to achieve. So we do all the work for you though, and so really all you have to do is give us the information of what you're trying to do. I'm going to build a pretty standard sized audience of about 3,000 addresses, and that's pretty common for a small business to do. We see our average campaigns usually fall between 3 and 25,000 pieces for neighborhood mail campaigns. And that's a good range for them to be effective. Once I put in the size of my campaign, I can click the add entry to identify the geographic area and some demographic filters that I would like to have applied to this audience. As mentioned, you don't really do any of the real audience targeting work. We're going to do that for you behind the scenes after you do this part. And so I've got this map pulled up, and like most maps, I can interact with this, zoom in and out. I can blow this up if I want to get a little bit of a bigger view here. And I'm going to come back to this view in a second, but when you're on this page, if you need quick instructions, we've put a really quick little how-to here. And you search an address, you can click on the map to draw. You can use the hand icon to move around, so the little hand, and then we've got the polygon tools to really be specific and outline an area. The map here lets you choose a radius, and then you can type in an address. And so I'm just gonna do, it's all got autocomplete, so it should be able to find the addresses as you type. And there's my little radius that it's drawn here. And if I want to make this bigger, I can just expand on the various white dots there. If I want to move it around, I can click on the middle and relocate this dot to really get to the area that I want it to be. And if I'm not happy with this and I just want to reset, just use the reset button to change that. There's also the polygon tool, and so that's the one on the end here, and you can outline any shape that you want this way so that you can help us know exactly what neighborhoods you're trying to reach. Here's the thing though, if you draw a shape like this or you use the circle, you're never really going to be super accurate on how the neighborhood walks work. So how that postman essentially walks around every day. And so once you put this information and you fill in the demographic filters, our team is going to use something called Precision Targeter. We have that as an internal tool, and that gives us all the Canada Post walk details. So we type all the information in, and so for example, we're going to go with an average income demographic filter and a ownership. And so my average income, I can pick over 100,000, and I'm going to look for homeowners. And now what this does is it looks at the average person that lives in the neighborhood and puts a score together as to how many people in that neighborhood match your demographic filters that you applied. So how many of them are homeowners that make over $100,000 or more per year? And we get a match rate back, so we can choose the best neighborhoods to meet the size of your campaign that you want to send in the geographic region that you want to send. And this way, you don't really have to do any work here. It's really quick and easy for you to do here. So I'm going to save this. And once this saves, we're just gonna scroll down here. We can get an example of how much this campaign is gonna cost me, right? So here's my campaign, it's built, and the final thing here is some samples. So, my 3,000 piece campaign, I know it's gonna cost me about $1,300 to send a postcard of a couple different sizes here. And now if I'm good with this audience, I can go down to the bottom here and save the audience. If I want to make a little edit, I can just choose edit, pop back in and adjust from there. I'm done though, and so I'm going to select save audience. Once the audience saved, it's available in your my audiences section. So let's just pop that open. So here's all of my audiences that I can scroll through, and if I click into this audience that we made, that NM demo, it'll load up with my information, when I built it, a little map for me. We update the map once we do build out the audience, so you'll get a finalized view of that. But that's as easy as it is to build a neighborhood audience in Post Now. That audience is now available to use in all of your neighborhood mail campaigns when you go and build that campaign out. When you select the campaign builder and you go to neighborhood mail and you choose the use one of your existing audiences, it's going to be in here. And so that was, we called it April. There it is, NM Demo April 2023. It fills in those values and you can build this campaign out very, very quickly. All right, let's talk about the behind the scenes aspect of this. And so I've already opened up Precision Targeter from Canada Post, and I'm household income, right? And so that building occupancy, so we're gonna go over 100,000. And we're gonna choose that own. And now let's continue on here. I'm just gonna put in a postal code here to identify a region, and then I'm gonna select continue. And so this is gonna take a little while to identify, and we'll just let this run. The Precision Targeter is great. It's a very powerful tool. The challenge is most of us don't use it often enough to really get good at it. And the time spent in it can be spent doing other things, which is why we offer the ability for you to just give us basic details and let our team do this. So now there's included routes, and so you can see here, the darker the red, the higher the match rate of what I was looking for. If I zoom out of this map here, here's all the neighborhoods in this T5T FSA that I typed in, that we searched. And I would need to go through here, and because currently I'm at 32,000 homes and I only want to send out to 3,000. And so I have to find the best 10% of neighborhoods in here. And that means that I'm probably going to have to uncheck a lot of neighborhoods. This one's got 702. And to do that, you really got to know how to use this tool. There's some other ways to view the data in here, but again, you can spend an awful lot of time trying to figure out, where am I really trying to go? The challenge here too is, if we remember where we drew on this map, my location straddled this FSA, so this T5T, as well as T5R, which is the one beside it, and it's not showing here, so I'd have to go and start over. So the big challenge of this tool is understanding what I need to do in order to create this list. And it's not that you can't figure it out, but it's a little bit of work. You should be doing other things as a business owner or a marketer. Let us take care of this part for you. So when you are building a campaign on Post Now, whether you build that audience as you build your campaign, as you can see in some of our other videos, or you pre-build it and let us kind of deal with it, it's a great option to let us handle your campaign for you or building your audience for you. That's it for building a neighborhood mail audience. If you've got more questions, reach out to our team. I'm Nate with Post Now. We're making direct mail easy.